Does the stream appear live for you? Oh.
Let me see.
I think we are now.
We're
Sound check.
Oh, good.
Alright, nice. Let me check one thing, yep. Alright, well, we're there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another round of Formula Virtual Racing. My name is Kyle Davidson, and today we are here for round 8 of the championship at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. A beautiful track taking us through the Lombardy region at incredible speeds, with the well-known history as well between FVR drivers and real-world drivers, making the perfect recipe for a good race. As Evan is unavailable today, we had a switch in voices, you probably already heard. Today I will be your commentator alongside the esteemed Brendan White, who is next to me helping me throughout this challenge of commentating an FVR race. Brendan, how are you doing today?
Doing very well here. We're at the Temple of Speed this time. We were at Spa last week. A place known for its speed, but this place, it quite literally is all about top speed. How quick can you go in a straight line and then just hang on in the corners, particularly towards the first chicane, which is known for being a chaotic one usually in terms of lap 1 in particular, because it's very much your cold brakes, cool tires, trying to slow it down to pretty much a halt. So it should be a very interesting qualifying session here, and also race.
Yeah, I do think the same. It's going to be interesting, but also quite tricky, as you were saying. Have you ever do you have any previous experience on a track like this? How tricky is it around here?
Well, probably the most important thing is to first, if you can qualify decently, it'll help. But then it's about surviving the first corner, just not trying to go for it all too much or risking too much in turn 1, lap 1, because you're never going to win a race there, but you can very much lose out on any opportunity to gain something from it. So I think usually from races I've done, you just want to keep it calm and then settle into a routine, because particularly if you decide to go off the normal strategy, maybe if you take the harder compound first, you'll want to just keep it calm and then let your driving do the talking for you.
Exactly, keep it calm and do the driving for you is what Brendan's saying, and those are some wise words from a really wise commentator, as Borbune has set the fastest sector. He's of course going to be the first one to cross the line, so that is no surprise there, but he can take that prize home with him. You've got a fastest sector 2 there, Borbune. Just went to Ascari, which is also a notable tricky corner as he heads to Parabolica now. One of and also a really tricky corner where you can easily lose the rear end of the car accelerating too much. As he crosses the line, he will be doing a 19.623, the provisional benchmark for the rest of the grid, which I think and figure will be beaten here. We've got some great names here. We've got Jack Redman, of course, at 18.9 already, which is a lot faster than Borbune, the Dutchman, in the Alpine, as Tim starts a lap right now. Talking about some great names in here, we've got Avesta Gabati, Jack Redman, we've got Legend, of course. Loads of guys who are able and will take a win at some point here. Question is, who will take the win today? And I think that's a good one for you, Brendan. Who do you predict?
Well, the interesting thing here now is obviously the Legend has a 6-point lead over its nearest challenger, who, if I'm not mistaken, it is Mr. Gabati. So,
Yep.
I would say Legend, he has been the form driver this season, because very much aside from at least one, every race he's finished, apart from Canada, and the only race he didn't finish was Monaco, and he missed Australia, he just wasn't here, but Monaco is the one he crashed out. Even then,
Yep, Tim Den Heijer over at Ascari, tricky
Jack
corner.
Redmond is ahead of Legend Rosenberg now. That's Jack Redmond is a former champion, of course, but that was back in season 3 on a game that was 3 games, pretty much 3 games ago. So if this is Jack Redmond turning it back on for a weekend, I'm all here for it.
Same here, that would be a pleasant surprise as Jack Redmond turns the tables and the predictions as well. So the bookies obviously are betting on Legend Rosenberg taking pole position and the win. But yeah, that would be an interesting one. Notable challenger for Legend Rosenberg as well. So of course, Avesta Gobadi, he's only 6 points behind, as you mentioned earlier as well. That is not a big gap. Of course, it is any point behind Legend Rosenberg is counted tenfold, but still, it's close, and any mistake even from him can be course changing in the championship. So we should definitely still not consider this one given away just yet. Leroy van Schendel now on the lap at sector 2. Red Bull driver going into Varianti. Is it Varianti or Varianti? I actually don't know the pronunciation. Maybe Brendan can help with that. Is it Varianti?
Varianti dell'Alto? I might
That's
just
it.
have to...
Yeah, it's a weird country anyway. Hard language, weird country. Yeah, he's not on a good lap anyway, so we're gonna watch someone else here. Nathan Marriott is also not on a good lap. That is an invalidated one as Borbjorn's already going... well, that was across the line I actually thought, but never mind. Yeah, he's crossing the line to do a lap right now. You've got Niels Hartl, the Ferrari drivers who have been... yeah, they had a interesting season start, I should say. Just really no good races. Now with the, I believe Thomas Main has joined Ferrari at this point as a main driver, I think. Has he?
I'll check that for you there.
But I think he
remember
did.
Thomas Main was he was very much hesitant in the previous weeks about becoming a main driver, despite his standing in his form this season as a reserve.
Because his form was really great. He has some podiums. I think I saw him on a podium in Spa as well last week around. As Enzo King there. He went straight on. Is that allowed? I don't think that's allowed.
Oh yeah, I don't think that is. As a side note, McWilliam has confirmed he's still Ferrari main. Obviously, Lewis McWilliam is in. Wait, Enzo? No. I've seen that one.
Yeah, I caught that.
Sure that. Yeah, Enzo. I'd advise you to cut that one out before it causes more trouble.
Yeah, he's gonna get in a lot of trouble here. Of course, Evan Dalton isn't here at the moment, but I believe he's watching, and that is also Borbjorn, who was finding the gravel track more fun than the normal track. He's back into the pits.
Enzo, that's a hat trick.
Oh god, yeah. I don't think we should be watching that because they, yeah, well, the obvious. But I believe that's going to be a big penalty. Niels Hartl saying, "Oh god, the tower is in Dutch." Niels Hartl, everything is in Dutch today because even your commentator is. And trust me, I will be jinxing you today. You had been giving me an attitude all week, so. You're gonna get it today. I hope you win. Avesta Gobadi, last corner now. Parabolica, that is called. He is going through it fast. He stick to the line, but that was oh so close to losing the car. An 19.1 only, I should say, P4, because Leroy is there and he's doing quite well in P3.
I think he's really adjusted well to the wheel change he made as he switched to Fanatec. So it took him a couple of races, I think, but this might just be the race where he's able to put it together now. I don't know. Maybe this kind of wheel change is the thing that often puts a driver up there. As I believe Luke, if I'm not mistaken, Luke Davies might have, when we saw him go from a strong midfield runner to a championship contender, I think that might have been the thing that sparked it.
Yeah, true. The upward spiral basically has backed him, but yeah, Leroy van Schendel there with the wheel change. I guess new hardware gives you also new confidence, because P3 is a really good one. Surely when the rest around you are Legend Rosenberg, Jack Regman, and Avesta Gobadi. Not to forget Tyler is in there as well. P5 at the moment, and they're also close together because those three are in a tenth of each other. As Tyler is now crossing Ascari, he went through really fast there, passing the McLaren of, I believe that is going to be Oh no, that is Philip. I was a bit confused there, but of course Lightning Luke Davies I should say, is serving that qualification ban. Multiple yellow flags here. I believe that's Williams in the wall as Tyler crosses the line with an 18.7. Now that is provisional pole position there with 2/10. The gap between him and P2. That is also a surprise, I could say, Brendan.
Thomas Main has been cut across there, but I think in fairness he has took the, well, made an attempt to take the proper route round, aside from the one that is obviously the track. But just another news, obviously Thomas Maney's filling in for Lewis McWilliam, who's unfortunately in hospital at the moment, so we do wish him well and hope he'll recover.
Yeah, indeed, we do wish Lewis McWilliam well. We heard some good news though, that he is okay.
Tyler, hang on, Tyler Davison is he is first at the moment, just about ahead of Legend, but it's interesting to see Legend is very much being matched this week. The first run he was beaten by Jack Redmond, this one he seems to be beaten by Tyler Davison. Admittedly, Jack Redmond is starting his second run now, so it could be possible that Legend ends up third by the end of this run, and not to mention Leroy Van Gendel is also improving. Well, I'm not sure. Let me see if he is improving. He has managed to keep it. Okay, he's invalidated, so
yeah.
Ignore everything I've just said in the last 10 seconds.
No, don't worry, it is true though. There is pressure, and there's definitive pressure between those drivers, because Legend is not really comfortably far ahead. No, he's not even ahead at this point. Jack Redmond though, he's on a lap, he's also attacking that time, and he's close to it. Let's see his sector 2, if that's good enough to battle out the Haas driver. Let's not forget, there is another Haas driver who was supposed to be there, but he's currently in P14, Tim Den Higher. Jack Redman also invalidating his lap, by the way, so that's going to be nothing.
Oh, okay, that is the problem with Monza. It is very easy to invalidate your lap sometimes. Particularly early, it's nearly towards the end of the lap is more of an issue. At the start, obviously, you have your chicaned, but it's only, you more get punished for going outside the track then. Whereas, let's say a Scary, like you could just drift a little bit wide and exit, and then into Parabolica, or as it is now known, the curve at Alboreto. But like, let's say everyone's going to call it Parabolica. Kobadi now is starting his lap. He's 6th. He needs to put in a good run here, just to. Oh.
That looked bad, but that was good. I think that's a setup tweak that we have seen earlier with Legend Rosenberg as well, where he lets the car steer for him and then steers himself. You could see his braking, and it looked like he lost the car. I think that was also where you were. Oh my god, he's actually up in the time, and that's a purple sector. He is attacking everyone else, and that might be a good enough sector. As well, of course, I'm not gonna jinx him anywhere here. I hope he does beat everyone, but that is close. The rest now enabled as he goes through the back straight there. There are loads of straights here, as this is the fastest track on calendar, I believe, on average speed, as he is. Yep, he is up massively, 2.5 tenths, almost 3 tenths. He's up there, so he's definitely close. Brendan, do you still think it's going to be pole for Legend Rosenberg?
You think maybe Legend with experience, and he's known to be the outright fastest driver here, so you would. Logically, it would be him, but maybe on days like today, it could just be someone else who crops up. And see it, Michael Gobadi. He's put in 1.6. That is a very nice lap.
That is, because I saw his time trial was a 0.4, so he's he's very close to that. Legend's got a job to do here.
Yeah, he's third now, so. And Gobadi's now put that bar up just a little bit more. We're trying to see if the track evolution will come round here, if that'll play a part, because it looks like Legend is going to be doing an early last run, presumably maybe so that he could be out to do a second run if needed. Maybe he is accounting for the possible invalidation, or just the fact he might need to be out there at the last.
Yep, he's clearly not confident though, because we have seen Legend like this before, and that was in Austria.
Has missed the apex there, the first one. He hit the second one there, but hang on, he's backed off. He has backed off.
He's not confident, and it was probably the right call, because now he can start another one. Meanwhile, Macaulay, or Malorki I should say, crossing the line. He's doing a 20.0. Last place for him at the moment. We hope he improves. He had ankle troubles as he is weaving. Waving to us probably. I'm just gonna not make any remarks on that, as yeah, Legend is feeling pressure clearly, because in Austria the same thing happened. However, his last stint, or his last run I should say, in Austria was one that beat Paul by over 3/10 on a small track like Austria. So I'm not gonna give it yet, but it is close. I'm also noticing a minor change in the weather. I should say it is getting more cloudy. I don't know if anyone has a weather report, but will there be any rain in the race possibly? I'm just asking the chat right now if they know anything about that. Kaan Dulger is also really driving a silent qualification up until this point. He is in P14. He has started a lap with well, that 1.2 seconds you can ignore. I don't think that is factual. Oh, it is factual. He is starting another lap later on. That means we're gonna be all eyes on Legend Rosenberg. Brandon, if you want the honors of taking him through, or taking us through the lap at Monza.
Yep, here we go. It's the first again. He's hit the apex perfectly this time. So, his second time round, it is there for Legend Rosenberg. This is probably why he went out so early. Now you see the Curva Grande, you just have to, it's a long right, and then you're now braking for the second chicane. You just need to hit right. In previous games them curves used to be a lot worse, but also a lot better, so you just have to find the right line. And then you see through Lesmo 1, now Lesmo 2 is really pushing it now. Then you need a little kick of oversteer on the exit of Lesmo 2 to find the full maximum time. Now you see into Ascari, you just it is almost 2/10 up. This would be very much enough for pole position, and you see there's just maybe a little bit slidey. He's gonna have to watch it, make sure it doesn't. He's fine there, probably picked up a slight little toe, but it's just even something like that for a moment could distract you. In the final corner of Parabolica, he's got it right, just not drifting out at all really. Took straight back in. And that short run to the line, it'll be a... Oh no! He's lost time. I think Ascari, he was a little hesitant, and that's cost him a little bit of time, and that means Vescobati could take pole from the pit lane.
It is definitely not going to be Legend Rosenberg then, and that is a mistake and a half, as in the meantime an offer... Okay. I just witnessed the collision.
Is up. And he's now invalid. He has spun and now he's in a wall. So that is very much went from bad to worse for Mr. Davison.
And I've also witnessed a minor crash between Legend and Jack Redman, who were yeah, basically rear-ending each other at the end of turn 1 at the runoff. They've got a 5-place grid penalty for that. That's
oh, both of them?
Well, I think only Legend, but the one who was causing it was Jack Redman, so it's gonna be interesting to see how that Discord conversation will go.
That's Thomas and Leroy. They are 6th and 5th, so they'll occupy the 3rd row. But the top 4 would be very interesting, particularly with Legends actually is 5th place. That'll put him down behind Philip, who did win in Canada, I believe, so... It won't be an easy task, really, to get through that group of cars. See, Phillips now retired. We're just now in for the Williams here of Nathan Marriott, and he is able to go up to 9th, so an improvement, but only by the singular position. And I think that is it, because the only person left here is Rosenberg, and he is not going to improve.
No, definitely not. And same for Jack Redman. They have collided at the runoff area of turn 1, and that's going to be one that's going to be under investigation as well, because that was unnecessary, avoidable, and definitely an interesting collision, which I'm sure we'll have some great conversation between the drivers in the general chat. Just going to take a quick peek there. Oh, there is an apology from Jack Redman. He said he claimed he's a bagel. I don't think he is a bagel, but yeah, that was an interesting crash. Interesting qualification as well, as Avesta takes it on pole position there. Clearly Legend Rosenberg has something to answer for, as he starts from P7. I believe that's a really low start. Niels Hard on the chat reporting Kyle's Jinx is working overtime. It is, and I'm good. I'm happy it's working on you. Avesta Kabadi, P1, P2 is going to be for the Dutchman Legend Rosenberg, but obviously he will be dropping 5 extra places. Tyler then in the AlphaTauri is on P3. Jack Redmond is going to be P4, Leroy Van Chendel on P5, and the Ferrari of Thomas Main in P6. Philippe is going to be the McLaren reserve who's on P7, and then we've got Felix Zone in P8 with a fan in the chat. Nathan Marriott, P9, and Enzo King is going to be on P10, Borbune on P11, P12 for Matze, and it's going to be Niels Harto on P13, unlucky number as well. Kaan Dulger, P14, the Aston Martin driver, not there yet, as Tim Denayer is on P15, Malorki or Macaulay on P16, and Jonathan Jurgensmeyer closing the grid, not closing the grid actually, P17, followed by P18. P18 is going to be Lightning, Luke Davies with the quality then, and Sauber Gasha closing the grid. Right then, I'm gonna ask you one more time, Brendan, what are your predictions? Because obviously the grid has changed, obviously the qualification has gone a bit sideways for everyone. Who do you think is winning this one? Brendan? I believe we have lost contact with Brendan. In the meantime, I'm just going to end up my prediction here. It's going to be Avesta Kabadi. Wishful thinking as well, because I hope he is it. I'm rooting for him today, as currently the gap is between Legend Rosenberg and him is quite big. So maybe those 6 points can even be, maybe those 6 points can be retrieved, and possibly he could take the lead in the championship. Niels Hardel saying, I will win. That's also really wishful thinking. You will win nothing but the heart of the stewards at the end of the race, I hope. Right then, currently we're waiting on everyone fueling up their cars, getting their milk sips done, as there's already racing going on. It's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are underway. Avesta Kabadi there with a great start. He is already gone, and Tyler Davison not catching up yet. He's been caught sleeping. Let's look at the rest of the field as the back is following a cluster of players who are all waiting for a dive here. Let's hope no one goes for it, and there is people going for it. Collisions everywhere. Minor collisions though. No one seems to be losing major spots here, as Avesta Kabadi has gotten away with it. Yellow flag sector 1. There is someone off, and that is Tim Den Heijer, I believe.
Well, Felix has managed to get ahead of Legend here, and that's not someone you really want to get stuck behind. And you see Legend here, he's looking for a gap there, and you see he has to go over that curb. He's got the switchback somehow, so Felix is really being a little too ambitious, and you see now he's just going to get squeezed out there.
Yep,
so
that is a smart move.
He's handled that situation very well.
Yep.
Oh, that's not for Terry. Sent to the back here, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, I think.
Meanwhile, side to Ascari. I'm sorry, Thomas Main here going for the inside. Oh, that is throws and risky as well. And that AlphaTauri, have you seen what happened there, Brendan?
Oh, Jack I think they just got calm and tangled, but Jack Redmond, who's went a bit wide in the exit of Ascari, and that's like Leroy Van Chendel up into 3rd place. And you see the top 2 already breaking away. So Legend, who is now up to 6th, because Philip has clearly made a mistake. So Legend, he's ended up +1s up the order, and you see Thomas May now is going to get past Jack Redmond, or maybe not. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! Jack. It's quite clear to see Jack's got the pace this weekend, but he's really having to probably risk it all to get that pace. And you see he's given up. Giving up places, I think, but that's Leroy down to 12th, and he is going to be extremely angry.
Yeah. He had the form. We were finally talking about Leroy, getting there. He's a new wheel, new chances and everything, and now he's just gone. Meanwhile, at the same time, the places have just been dropping behind Legend. Legend is in P4 already, and it's only 1 lap, meaning Avesta Kabadi stab on it. There is a 3.9 second gap. It's 4 seconds now between the train of Tyler and Avesta, but it's still close, and that's not what Avesta was hoping for at all, I'm guessing, because Legend Rosenberg is already almost there as he's now chasing Thomas Main. Thomas Main, who's also had a great start here. There were some places gained by him, 2 to be exact. 3 for Legend and Felix Zone, of course. The biggest loser of today at the moment is Jack Redmond, as there is a pass. It's going around the inside here. Legend, it looked like he had the arrest there. That's how fast he was going. Oh my god, Felix Zone out of nowhere on the inside, 3 wide. Turn 1, and that is an insane move. It's done correctly. It's not done correctly. He breaks early, but he keeps his wings, and that is so important in a long race like this. As oof, that was close, and he came out of nowhere. As meanwhile, now Legend outside. Oof, this is also really close. It's not something I would be comfortable with. These guys, however, are, as Legend gets the move done before Sector 2 even starts. And that is the hardest.
He's retired, so anything which I'm going to presume a steward is going to be handing out a harsh enough penalty for that incident with Leroy, because it very much just gets Redmond tried to outbreak Main, and they just overestimated this braking power.
Yeah, definitely. That was, and he also, of course, ruined the race.
4 seconds to make up, just to get to the back of Tyler. So that will be the important thing for them then.
Yeah, it's clear. Well, clear roads ahead for Legend Rosenberg, so he should be. Well, there's not exactly clear roads behind him though, so he's gonna feel that pressure. But of course, now that there's no car he's chasing, he could of course do something else. Maybe Thomas Main could be doing something, challenging Legend.
Tyler's gonna go to the outside, and I think Avesta's letting him go. I think if these two, maybe they could be trying to just help each other along, because if they do, they could just, maybe that might help them stay in as far as they are ahead of Legend Rosenberg. I think that would be the key.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to avoid the battle. Of course, you lose major time when doing these battles, so I do think he's trying to do something like that. But of course, that in the long term, that still won't work, because Legend is catching up. Not fast, but he is catching up, because that gap was 3.9 a while ago, and it's now 3.6, 3.5 even. In the meantime, we also have another yellow flag. Oh, Macaulay is out of the race!
Oh, the safety car.
Oh, no, and there goes the gap. And Macaulay is out of the race after 4 laps.
Oh dear, that's a bad weekend for Alfa Romeo, to say the least.
That is a really bad one, and I think it's going to be next week too, because Jack Redmond's not going to get away with this one with a time penalty.
Yeah, very much so. If he just stayed in, it would have been, we would have been using a time penalty in that case. But now, if we're looking at the constructors, Alfa Romeo, who are last, are going to have another no score. So again, we see everyone's into
Everyone
the pits.
into the pits.
And is Davison? Hang on. Davison's jump go body.
No, he was already ahead before the pit stop.
Oh yes, that's actually my bad. Davison was ahead anyways, but sometimes that can happen. You can get switches in the pits if things fall a certain way. See, now everyone's got a chance to get back in. And see Leroy, who's 12th, he's at least going to be able to join the pack.
Yeah, definitely. I do think Leroy's been handed a second chance, and I do think Legend has been handed the best chance ever now. The top 3 all being on the same tires. However, Thomas Main, someone who is always a threat, is behind them on the mediums, which of course will give him the advantage in the opening laps of this safety car restart, meaning Legend will feel some pressure at least from these guys. Niels Hardo in P11 in the meantime, he's close to the points. I am gonna jinx him here and say he's gonna score some great points today. Other than that, there is a notable thing to mention in here as well. We've got the Williams team also out of the points today with only 1 driver. That is also not going to be great for them either. I don't know where the Williams team is at the moment points wise, but I haven't really seen them performing as well lately. Maybe
they're 5th actually, so they're not doing terribly anyway by any means. They're just, I think they're in a kind of battle with Aston Martin. They're 9 points ahead, so they're very much looking for being kings of the mid pack.
Yeah, well, this is not going to help them though. This race, I do hope they will get Nathan Marriott somewhere close, because the Aston Martins, well, they're not doing great either. But there is one in the points. That's Colin Dozier in P9. It's going to be needing to put the pedal to the metal. The Nathan Marriott I'm talking about. Just also a notable thing to mention here as I'm watching through this strategy. There's actually quite a lot of people trusting the mediums to go to the end. Do you agree with them? Because I'm not sure if they will be fully there.
Well, Davison is on the hard compound tyres, and so is Kobati. So is Rosenberg. It's Thomas Main who's leading that group of medium runners, along with Philip, Kandolger, and well, Thomas Main's teammate, and also Zauber. So we have a selection here. I think it's a bit risky, but if you were to get a second safety car, which very well could be, given that Mons, everyone's going to be close, there's going to be a chance people are going to go for moves, maybe probably when they shouldn't. You'll be looking at, yeah, I think if there is a second safety car, this will be a good call, but you're just going to have to hope that there is a second safety car.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's a gamble. It is a gamble, I think. Will it be a good gamble? That's up to the gods. We will watch these next 21 laps, decide if that was a good gamble. If I was a strategist here, I would probably choose for the hards myself, but that is also why I'm commentating and not racing, because well, my strategies might be good, my racing isn't. Safety car going into the pits. Now these drivers will be warming up their tires, getting ready one more time to push it all out. The ERS battle is the same, so the telemetry will be shown a little bit later on in the race when everyone has different ERS levels, because right now it's all even and all square except for the tires, of course. Thomas Main, who will be challenging Avesta Gabati, Legend Rosenberg, and Tyler, of course, at the very beginning stages of these restart. In the meantime, there is loads of action as he's already going, and he's not caught anyone asleep by it. He caught me asleep by it, but not the drivers. All the drivers seem to be in a nice little group here that are all quite close to each other, but no one's really been caught sleeping here, and I do think that was a great restart. But there is no moves to be done. Actually, there is one. Felixson is really close, but he's not going for it. He's choosing the safe option, and that is to stay behind and, of course, keep your wings out of someone else's wing, rear wing, sorry. Meantime, there is a move actually being done. That is Tim Den Heijer and Sauberdrash fighting it out. Oh, that's a big battle actually. Nathan Marriott also... No, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer is involved in it as well. These names are all confusing still for me. In the meantime, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer now on the inside. That is a smart call to go for the inside here, because you've got the corner at the very next move. Oh, that was almost Tim Den Heijer taking someone out as well. And that is a nice battle for these lost places. Usually they are very far... well... very distanced between each other, but there isn't at the moment, as the AlphaTauri driver of Mods has driven a silent race up until now. He's getting some stream time.
Oh, that's Luke Davies, who's, remember, he had a qualifying ban to start this weekend. He is up to 9th place, so very much a good race for Davies so far.
Yeah, definitely. You would have thought he would started a little bit. Well, actually, I was starting so far behind. That's a really good one. Felixson for the move and Philip.
Oh, Enzo, who has had a history with Luke this season. Luke did spin him out in Albert Park, and that ended up costing Davies the win because he was slapped with a 5-second time penalty.
Oh, yeah,
it seems like Enzo very much does not want to make this easy for Luke Davies, so Davies is going to have to play this one smart and just go for an easy move which Enzo can't block.
In the meantime, there's also someone else who needs to play it smart. That is Tyler. He's getting pressured a lot, and there is pressure from everywhere in that small group. That top 5 is really close to each other, as Jakub Prokop is saying the Fortnite guy is in second. It is the Fortnite guy from Spider GT who's in second place. We're hoping even better for him, but at the moment he needs to play it smart, because this group is just so insanely close to each other. These guys oh, you could all fit them in one shot at this point. That is insane.
Yeah, he's very interesting to see here.
Oh, yellow flags.
Yellow flag. That's Aston Martin. That's Zauber. Who hasn't had a great time of it in recent weeks.
I think I jinxed him there. That might be my mistake there, as there is a massive battle for P1 and Vestigobody on the outside. Is he going to do it here? Not yet, but there is another moving. Oh, Jesus, that's close. Thomas Main goes for the inside now, and of course he's going to get the better exit. No, he doesn't. Newer tires, better tires actually, softer tires, but he doesn't get the better exit on Legend, and that says a lot about the way Legend drives here. But there is, oh, it's oh so close together over here, and these battles I think will last the whole race, as Luke Davies is also quite close to P8. I'm noticing right now. He's actually just went from P19 or P18, sorry, to almost, well, basically a good points finish, and that is something critical in a league like this, to stay in the points, because if I remember...
Oh, that's Sauber. He's hit the wall. Oh, he's brought another
safety car. And that's the gamble paying off, I guess. Well, it won't pay off that good, but...
Well, it gives the medium tires a break at least, so it might make them a little more viable.
But it won't make it like decisive strategy-wise, I guess.
Yeah, this would come in maybe lap 14, 15. You could have seen someone dive to the pits and then finish the race in there.
But lap 9 is a bit early. I mean, you could go for the mediums again, but you'd lose so many positions right now. And I do think it's worth it to stay out right now and just, you know, the mediums are getting a break, so there is a chance. Lightning Luke, Luke Davies doesn't take the chance. He's pitting. Hard tires, 5 lap old. Seemingly no issues with the tires. So possibly, yeah, he's going for the mediums.
Maybe new mediums from here might be the move.
Choosing an alternative strategy when you're a bit behind is, of course, always the best call you could possibly make. But he was in a good position. I am not sure if that's the great call. Just 5 laps won't make a real big difference in a race where slipstreaming is more important than the way you make the turn. I do think, oh, it's going to be an interesting race. I am not sure if that was the best call, but it might be, because the alternative strategy.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see. Luke Davies, he's given up a bit of track position. He's down to 14th, admittedly. Still better than the 18th position he was in. But obviously that was going to happen anyways, because now you've got just, you only have 17. Yeah, I think now is Tyler. It's actually a second there between him and Avesta. Avesta's going to have to close up a little bit there, just to be near. You see, safety car. It won't be in this lap, so you have another bit of an accentuated lap of Monza.
Yeah, we will be taking quite some touristic rounds over here. Of course, taking them a bit slower. We do know, of course, a lot of safety cars also bringing in a lot of sleepy moods. But don't worry, I've got some facts for you over here. Actually, I'm gonna ask you right now from the top of your head. I'm gonna call this Kyle Trivia for you, Brendan. I've got a question for you, and if you answer it correctly, you will get nothing but I don't know.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, satisfaction from getting the answer right. I'm gonna ask you a question about who won last season's Monza race, also winning his first race here in another season.
I'm sorry, I did not catch that.
Okay, let me try again. In season 6, someone won this race as his first FVR win. In season 10, so last season, he won again. Who is the driver that did that?
Hang on, let me think here. Who could that have been? See, last season, season 10,
Yes.
that was Imola, wasn't it?
No, that was also in Italy, Monza, sorry. In season 10 he won after wheel issues for Lewis McWilliam. And in season 6 it was his first win. In season 5 there were doubts that he was even born. Maybe that might help.
Oh, yes, Mr. Davies, yes.
It is Mr. Davies. You did get that question wrong though, so we're gonna have another round of trivia later on if we get another safety car. But yeah, it is Luke Davies winning.
I was uncertain because you said season 10 or something.
Yeah, season 10 you won as well.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was just checking that because that was Imola. I just wanted to be sure I did not get that wrong, in fact.
Okay. I'll let you through it right now, but the next trivia round is going to be a bit more stricter than that. I do believe the safety car is not going in this lap.
Yeah, I think we could have been waiting for Zauber.
Oh yeah, it's
never
going in
mind.
late. Whoa. Yep, Sauber is closed up. That means Tyler will take it on one more time. Will he catch those guys more asleep this time? And he does. He does. He gets a great restart there. A Vesta Go body, nowhere to be seen. A Christmas present. A little bit late of a Christmas present to Tyler, but look at the difference in the top speed there. A Vesta Go body doesn't seem to... It's actually gaining again. That is a low downward setup. Oh! He almost hits Tyler. In the meantime, there's loads of battles in the back.
This time he went for it a little. Oh, Engel tried to do the same on Felix, so two Germans, I believe, very much going at it. What?
Oh, in the meantime, there's a big battle in the... Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Niels Hardel is off the track, and that is totally on me. Niels Hardel has been hit. Oh,
Oh, it looks like, in the meantime, seems like Legend's a bit closer to Gabadi than Gabadi is to Davison. So,
Davison might get away with this, and we didn't really expect it from him, did we? Because we were betting on either a Vesta, or a Luke, or a Legend. Not on him, really.
admittedly at the moment, this would be putting, well, it would, the situation is helping Avesta, but it wouldn't flip things.
Oh,
That's Engel out of the race.
Yep,
Oh.
Ascari, and that's another safety car. It's going to be another round of trivia as Philip Nierstein, I believe. No, that's not Niederstein, that was someone else. Philip, let me get this right for you. I do apologize, I'm still getting used to all these names. Philip Engel has crashed out in Ascari as the medical cars are heading out to him. The trivia cars are going out to you, Brendan. And we're going to have another question for you. So are you ready is my big question.
Well, I suppose I don't exactly have much time to prepare, do I? So I'm probably, by default, I am.
Alright, who took, and this might be a bit easier, well, it's definitely not easier now that I look at this question. I would have never guessed it. Who took his 10th FVR win here in Season 5?
Season 5.
Yeah, Season 5.
My first guess would be Rosenberg.
It is Rosenberg, that's a good guess. But that's just because he wins so much, I guess. Hold on, because that... I'm still surprised you got it right, though. That is, Alright, let me just get another one for you. Are you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. In Season 4... Oh, no, never mind. That's also gonna be a really easy one, actually. I'm gonna ask the chat. Who equaled the most wins at the time record in Season 4 in Monza? That's only one guy who could possibly do that. That's a stupid question, Kyle. I do think you have the answer for that, Brendan. Don't you?
Hang on. So, Season 4...
Yeah.
that was Season 4 Monza. I believe that Legend not win that one with a no-stopper.
Yep. That is true. He won with a no-stopper as well. He's not only fast, really, with his driving alone. Sure, he's fast. Just let me get that straight. But his thinking as well. His tactics are great as well. He would make for a great strategist, wouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I do also want to note another thing right now. the gap between P2 and P3, of course, Legend is leading by 6 points. That will be closed down by 3 points. Then, if it stays like this, so Avesta Gabati is catching up. Something he, predicted at the end of the race to never happen. I do think he's being a bit too harsh on himself, Avesta, because he is a fast driver.
Davies is up to 7th in this, so this is a good recovery drive, but there's opportunity here, because we don't really know Luke's true pace now, because he's just been passing people we've been expecting him to pass.
Yeah. Still though, you have to do it.
You have to do it. The question then is someone like Felix actually faster than Luke Davies today, or is it a case that Luke Davies could be on that level of Davison, Gobadi, Rosenberg? You see, Davison this would be a win that would kind of put Tyler back into that lead periphery role. That's it, like he is on the periphery, but he's very much at the front of this. Which is probably the most Tyler Davison position to be in. Like, he's on 78 points, that's about 21 off Rosenberg. But today, he could chop that gap down by 6, pass Main, and by virtue, he would then become the lead outsider. Obviously, Main still a reserve, he's not going to count for this championship battle. But, which is a real shame in a way, because if he was there, he'd very much make this exciting. You see,
he would. He definitely would, and it's unfortunate for him that he I believe he still can, right? He join as a main driver and then get the spot and his points as well, right? Is that?
Yes, but he probably want to do it sooner rather than later. So it's a 12-round season. We're already past the halfway point. This would actually be the 2/3 point. But I think Main, in fairness, he has done, I believe, every race bar Canada. But even then, I'll have to check if he actually was there for Canada and just didn't score. But he scored in 7 out of 8, so he's very much been here.
Also, a notable thing: Niels Hardels on the softs. I do think he's going to be a challenge for everyone else.
Niels Hardels on the softs.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
We've already got to 3 safety cars, so we still have the opportunity for another 2. We very much could get another 5-6 laps of safety car running here if people are just willing or end up crashing out and bringing out a safety car.
Yeah, I hope there's not more safety cars, because my trivia questions are but they're not gone yet. I've got one more, but I'm trying to save it up. I do think, of course, because the pack is so close together, the saying safety cars bring safety cars. I do expect another one, to be honest. I'm not going to put my money on it, but I do think there is a possibility of that happening as a safety car goes in this lap. Yeah, this is going to be an exciting one. Leroy Van Schendel in the meantime on P12. I'm hoping he gets redemption and gets at least a good points finishing position, so that's going to be his aim, hopefully, for this race. Tyler leading this restart once again, as the safety car has not entered the pit yet. So that means you can't really restart yet. Let's see if he catches the rest sleeping as much as he did last time. Brendan, I will give you the honors of taking this one away, as I took the last one away. Go ahead.
So, it is another restart for Davison, with the 3rd one he's had to do. So, first one, he went early, but everyone was awake to that. He's went, now this is really good. Probably the 2nd one, he's really caught Avesta Gabati napping, but it seems like Legend Rosenberg isn't going to try anything just yet. You see, it's Cantolger who's the one. He's on the move. He's going to go down the inside here.
No.
He's been tapped. I think
and that's another yellow flag.
Yeah, it's another yellow flag, but it won't be a safety car, because Dolger has managed to keep it out of the wall, and he'd be hoping that his wing is being kept fully intact. So, just have to wonder now. Luke Davies up to 6th. He is he's benefited from that. So
Oh, bad exit from Tim Denier, and he loses 2 positions at once, maybe 3. Oh, big slide to the right there, avoiding Matsi from overtaking him. That was a bit malicious of a move, but it worked, I guess. That was close as well. 2 positions lost by 1 bad exit. Sorry, Brennan, I was interrupting.
It's alright, no worries. Honestly, Davison, he's well, Gabadi seems to be keeping a closer tabs on him than before. Main, who's on them mediums, he's very much being time for these safety cars because it's let him just keep his tyres in a good state. So they could probably make the end at this stage. It'll be a little worse for wear, but don't know. You see, Legend, he's close to Gabadi, but you see, just Gabadi, he's got that slipstream himself. So Rosenberg, he's just tied a little. And you see Gabadi looking for a space. So is Rosenberg. Oh, is Gabadi went?
So close.
Oh, that's cheeky.
It is, and
a little too close.
Yeah, the amount of times there are small taps are really risky, because I do know this in real life they would have probably lost a wing by now, but yeah, these were some cheeky moves. Nathan Marriott, meanwhile, losing a position from Matsi. The drivers in P11 and P12, as Borbune has lost position as well. And in these questions, oh no, Matze is around.
No.
And that is not the first time, I believe.
Looks like the car is visually intact, so you can just keep going and hope someone else brings out the yellow flag or safety car.
Yeah, that would be the best strategy for now, because I do think he has some pace at least to maybe recover something. In the meantime, Niels Hardel, P12 now, he was lost. That's also working for him! Tim Denier almost lost the car again. What is it with the bad exits today? Nathan Marriott on the inside now. And
you've got people trying to lose the Parabolica. You see here is nearly 3 cars together. It's Main, who is losing places to Davies. He's going to lose places to Schumacher. And yes, that is Felix's surname. That's Thomas Main, who is... He's going to try to keep forward. It looks like he may just... Oh
no, that is... Oh no, that's Legend around!
It's Legend.
Yep, that's Legend gone! P9, Avesta Gobadi in the lead in the meantime. He is the championship virtual leader.
He is
Legend Rosenberg.
Thomas Main, I think, he's just being a little too ambitious, trying to keep a place from Davies, and that's allowed. And that's ended up helping Davies tenfold, because not only is Davies ahead, he's now ahead of Legend Rosenberg. Rosenberg's in the 9th, and Obadi and Davies have a chance here to really get themselves in and open up a bit of space in the championship, because there's going to be a swing here, and it's very much going to be in their favour.
And that was a move that might be championship deciding. In the meantime, Felix Schumacher is so close to Darth FIFA there. These guys are absolutely on the limit of contact as well as they go to Parabolica right now. Oh, still so close. You don't want to have any small slide to the right tapping off the other driver. He doesn't have it. And Leroy van Schendel in the meantime, I was talking about him earlier in P6. In the meantime, Lightning Luke Davies is going for the move around the outside. Oh, inside as well for Tyler as they're going 3 wide for the lead, and it's Luke Davies getting away with the lead.
What? If he does a P18 to P1,
that is not the first time drivers have done a loss to first, and he's almost done a loss to first here.
Yeah, it effectively is, in a way. Like, P18 was pretty much back row at that point.
Wow.
You see, Davison now, it is a British 1-2 here at Monza. Gobadi in third. I think, if I check the spreadsheet here, there's 3 points between Gobadi and Davies. I think Davies would assume the championship lead if it was to end up in this position.
Major shifts in the championship leads is what probably will hit the newspapers today as there is another yellow flag. It's Thomas Main around this time, and Thomas Main has recovered, so he's behind Legend Rosenberg now. That is,
yeah.
I don't know who hit Legend Rosenberg, but that might be karma.
Well, I think it'd be interesting to see what happens now. If Davison was the one to win here, we could make this 3 car fight a 4 car fight for the title. You see
In the meantime, Leroy
he's-
Van Schendel on P3, Avesta Gabati is losing it all. His tires are gone. 15 laps on the hards. He hasn't pitted.
Well, no, neither is Davison, I think.
Uh-oh.
Oh, VSC. Oh,
And that is because Mats was around again, and you can see his car is battered.
oof. Looks like one large
And the
sandwich
5-second
to me.
time penalty. That's just adding. He's already in the ground. Stop kicking him, Michael Masi. That's terrible.
Yeah, no, but I would say that is one large AlphaTauri sandwich.
Yep, that's a really big one. I don't think it's a strategically best one, and not in the team interest as well. But it is a really big sandwich indeed. Niels Hardel has gone to P11 and then dropped back to P14. I don't know what happened there. But he was on a greater strategy, and as you can see now, the drivers who pitted when I said I wouldn't pit that way have now come on top. Actually, Luke lost the position. What happened there? We go back to racing, and that is a confusing
fell
exit
asleep.
from Tyler.
Fell asleep, I think he's caught out a little. Probably just drifting over and thinking, wouldn't be much. But you see Davies is backed up now. Van Schendel, who has a penalty, he is carrying a penalty, mind you. But you see, Legend, he's back up to 7th.
Oh, this is going to be 3 wide again, I think, for the lead.
Oh,
Yep, it is
Leroy's
going to be a
going
3
for
wide
it.
for the lead, and they're all fighting. Like Luke Davies, Leroy Van Schendel might be going for the lead. They're on the outside now, and he doesn't make it stick yet. No, he chooses the wiser option to go for the exit, and he doesn't get the exit. Luke Davies is back in the lead, and Tyler Davison has dropped 2 positions in 1 corner again. These guys are battling out in the background as well. Avesta Gubadi now side to side with his teammate Felix Schumacher there as he lets him by. Clearly on the worst tires here. That's strategy. Still though, there is such a close battle that these guys are driving slower. Felix Schumacher is being held up as well.
yeah, Felix, he could end up being the best position here because he bid a few laps later than most of these guys. Leroy, admittedly, I think he might be on the same way as Felix, but Felix will be ahead after that penalty. So, in effect, we are looking to see what Felix can do. Because you see, Leroy, he's assumed the lead, but that lead will be took away from him once that penalty is applied. I believe it is a 3 seconds.
No, it's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
What for though? Could you maybe check that? Because that might be a penalty that's removable.
I'll check you incidents. So, Leroy. See, okay, it's speeding in the pit lane.
Ah, no, and that
one's
won't be
gonna
removed
stick.
then. Yep, that is.
That one probably will stick. You see now, Felix round the outside, comes the inside. These two have raced each other for, well, they first probably raced each other 3 years ago.
Oh
Actually,
no! 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 Oh no!
Oh
That was
my
not. Oh. He keeps it out of the wall though, but that
dear.
was again an incident in that corner which shouldn't have happened, and I believe the stewards are gonna have a.
I found that one to be very weird. I
Yeah, he
really
did go
wonder-
through him.
I think that one was weird. So we'll probably need to have a look at that. I do believe Tyler streams his races, so it'll be very easy to get his. Felix, he also.
Safety car.
Oh, Sauber.
Sauber. Oh no! In the whole field, Leroy can serve his penalty. I think.
Yeah, he would definitely be going in for soft, so he'll serve his penalty.
Everyone will, but he will lose
He-
positions.
Let's see the gap here. If Luke, actually Luke's given up a bit of a gap here. If Luke keeps doing this, which I don't think he will though, but if he was doing it, it would have helped Leroy a lot, because it would have helped him gain places. You see Leroy's in, Luke's in, Felix is staying out. Heating track position is key. Jürgensmeyer's staying out. You see Rosenberg's in, Gabadi's in, Main in, King in, Borbune in, Dutcher in, Maria's in, Hartl in. You see, Tim is staying out. He's up to 4th. Davison is staying out on them ancient hard tires.
Why?
You see, Luke Davies is probably. Oh, did Avesta meet that?
I am not sure, but that was a bit weird. That is,
he's gonna have to tough it out now.
maybe he didn't have new new softs. Still, no excuse, because that's 4 laps on the softs. That is, well, I mean, Tyler is on 18 or leveled hearts. It doesn't help him either. But Avesta Gabadi might have thrown his race away by doing this.
Yeah, it could have just been a mistake, or if he had used up all the soft tires in qualifying. Or he could have started on soft to start the race. That might have caused him trouble.
Yeah, but he was on hards after the first pit stop. So the rules state that you only need like 1 different tire set.
No, I mean, I think he started on. Oh, he started on mediums.
Yeah.
So that's wait, or hang on, I'm reading it wrong. No, he started on softs.
He started on softs and then went to hards, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he mightn't have had a fresh set available.
Yeah, that could be. That's unfortunate, because now he's gonna lose big time. Tim and I are into the pits now. Is that damage, or is that a revert, or an abort of his previous tactic? We'll see in a second. I see no one with the front wing, so I do think this is gonna be a normal pit stop for the soft compound tires. Weird one, because you lost so many positions doing that. Niels Hartel in P13 again, back where he qualified at. In the meantime, we're going to look at how many places have been jumped and by who. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, 15 places up. Why, you ask? Because he hasn't pitted. Lightning Luke, or Luke Davies, I keep calling him Lightning Luke for some reason, and I will never stop doing that. The McLaren has started from the second last place with a quali ban and is now in P4 and probably virtually in the lead, if I'm not mistaken, because all of the other guys ahead of him are on way older tires and way harder tires as well. Vesta Gabadi, in the meantime, behind him, has not really gotten the best strategy out of his race. He went on the mediums. He hasn't gained positions, he has lost 4, and Legend is right behind him again. P6 after that spin as well. So it's going to be a close one for everyone. Would you, Brendan, as a driver, stay out on a situation like this, just like Felix did or Jonathan? Or would you have gone for the pits, being in P14?
He may be doing this as a one-off, but he has this, like, he's not a main driver, so in his case, it's probably worth it, because if you want to try, you may as well try win on your one appearance, so. And I think someone like Jurgensmeyer, if it works out, it's a big result for his championship. Like, he's not going to win a championship, but he could very much finish. He could very much boost himself up the standings. And Davison, well, remember, he is, he's the main, but I think he's just hoping that he could take the gamble, make these tires last. And you see now, he's going, Davison this time not doing the restart, with Schumacher, and Schumacher doing the restart at Monza is something that you very much could have seen as normal in the 2000s. But now you see Jurgensmeyer, this is his opportunity here. He's having a look down the inside, but he's not going to go for it.
Avesta in the inside has run someone off. Tyler Wolf. Avesta has hit him.
Oh, Rosenberg, he's going ahead. He's a chance to get back ahead of Davies now. Davies had... Oh, no, oh, Luke. Oh, Luke could be in trouble for that one.
Yeah, but I definitely think that is going to be in trouble for that one. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer and Felix are fighting it out for a lead in the meantime. I thought I would never say that this race, but it is happening. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer has gone out on top of that one, but Avesta is smelling P1. Oh, no! Legend Rosenberg. Almost...
This could be one of the craziest endings in FVR history here.
Yeah, I do think this is going to be a crazy one.
That's not going to matter.
Oh my god.
You see now, Jurgensmeyer, he's just ahead of Felix. Gabadi here, he needs a favour from his teammate, because a win here would be so important.
It would, and these guys behind him, he needs to stay ahead of them in order to maintain a relevant status in the championship. He goes around the outside of Parabolica, might work as well. Still on the outside, and I think he's got a better exit alongside with the DRS if it's enabled.
He's
his teammate!
Oh wait, so the other two have gained back now. So maybe Gobadi isn't having much straight line speed as he would have hoped. He's down the inside. He's spraying so late. He's trying to have to just do a 3-point turn to get round.
Oh
and
no!
He's still got the lead.
And he's now in the inside of Legend Rosenberg. What is going on?
This may be one of the most competitive races in FVR history, because we just don't know who's going to win at any point.
This is a surprise all around. It's like those gender reveals. No one knows what's gonna happen.
Right, move on. Legend Rosenberg is he's now assumed to lead, but he's got a time penalty on him, and that we don't know if that can be removed. So
bad exit by Felix. Leroy gets ahead. In the meantime, I'm gonna interrupt you again. I'm so sorry, but can't do it. You're also on the outside. 3 wide for Ascari. That's never gonna end well. But they're now fixed each other out and they're going single file. Bad exit though for Borbjorn, so he needs to watch his mirrors even more. Same goes for Legend Rosenberg, but I think he's got the move done. Let's remind you though, Avesta Gobadi is on the mediums, not on the better tire. But Legend has a penalty.
And you have to watch here. As anything, if I'm not mistaken, DRS is enabled for this last lap. We probably will see the last chance removed. That's Felix gone. He's off. He's going to be out with the points. The gamble has failed. You see Jurgen Meyer is off the field for him. See Avesta, he's 2 more opportunities to make a move. But
and
he's
that
just
move
going to need the speed. Would he have that straight line speed, or is he just going to have to go kamikaze?
I do think he's got a penalty though, Legend, so I do think it might be better in his interest to just stick behind him. I'm not sure if that penalty will last, but he's got a chance.
The move will have to be logical even still, because at the moment, obviously Legend, if he gets that removed, he'll extend his lead. But Gobadi could be in a position where Davies is risking a penalty for forcing Legend off the road. You see now, if he can just make something happen here, he's looking for it. He's gonna go for it.
Ascari on the inside. No, that's not gonna work. Almost hit each other off.
Oh, you see now, Rosenberg, he's very wary. Gobadi, he's going to go for it.
Fake move doesn't work. They hit each other. They're both out. No.
Gobadi's out.
Big crash. They're both out of the race.
And I think at the moment, it's going to be Davies to take the win on track, but it could be Leroy who does take it in the end, or is it Main?
Oh, side-to-side finishing as well! Legend Rosenberg is in P7!
Oh my, this might be the one that... Oh my...
Oh.
What the hell?
Evan Dalton has just completely got a heart attack if he's watching this. I don't even know who won it! Niels Hartel broke the curse! What is going on? What a finish!
I think is going to be in for a penalty there. He could very much be.
Oh, Luke Davies has won.
He's won, but we have to remember he very much nearly put Legend off out in a race earlier. So.
Yep, that might be a penalty for him.
Van Gentel could have. He has a potential win on his hands here, but even then, Davies is going to be okay probably, because 5 seconds would still leave him up ahead of a guy who's out, and then Legend who's already has a penalty and he's down the order.
This is gonna be a
results here.
Yeah, that's just gonna be a steward's day, or maybe a full week of work. Anyway, the provisional end results, I should say, are Lightning Luke on the first place, followed by Leroy with a great recovery from his spin. Thomas Main in P3 and Kaan Dulger on P4. Enzo King is going to be P5, and the Ferrari of Niels Hartel in P6. Legend Rosenberg, P7 after that late incident, as well as some drama with Luke Davies in the last few laps as Jonathan Jurgensmeyer closes on P8. P9 for Tyler, it's going to be Nathan Marriott on P10, 11 for Tim Den Heijer, Borbune P12, Vestegabadi P13 with the DNFs, Felix in P14, 15 for Mats, Zauberdrasje, Philip and Macaulay in P17, and it's going to be P18 for Macaulay, and it's going to be Jack Redmond DNFing early after that incident in P19. Brendan, do you have any finishing words for this race? Because this has been an insane one, and I'm sure Evan's going to have to rewatch this one.
I do not believe how competitive that was, to be fair. You genuinely could not say who was going to win. Because even when it was just Tyler and Luke, Tyler, Avesta and Legend, it was just which one of them three you just couldn't be certain, because you think Legend was the one with the pure pace, but it seemed like Gubadi and Davison were very much on it there. But then obviously they get caught up, they were staying out. You see, instance, everyone, all three of them got caught up with stuff, but in the end it was just that you're looking at, it's like, I'd say Van Gendel could probably be the happiest where he is, because he knows he's got a very good result there out of a race where he was initially tipped round. He could say, look, he did his job. And then it's about whether he can, if Davies is going to take a penalty for nearly putting Legend off track, because very much looked like Davies just thought Legend was a little further behind than he was. So you're looking at probably Davies winning at the moment, but even if Davies is penalised, and that's an if, you're looking at probably Davies still finishing ahead of Rosenberg and definitely ahead of Vestegabadi, so it could be a very beneficial result either way.
This has definitely been an interesting race. That's what we all could say, because this is a fluid ending, as you said. Every position can change, and I do think we gotta give our credit to Leroy Vincendo. He's not given up here today, and he has obviously made that work in P2. Luke Davies will be under investigation probably, but he has won it for now. Niels Hardo in P6. I am defeated. My curses and my jinxes didn't work on you. As he just said in the chat, what about me? You will get your podium. Or let me say it right now, my credits to you getting P6 in this race. That's a great result, and yeah, you've broken the jinx, so congratulations on that. For now, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no interviews. We will, I believe, see each other next week again for round 9 of the championship. I do have someone to thank here. I want to thank Brendan for the amazing commentary and help today, getting me through this very exciting race. So yeah, Brendan, thank you for that. I'll see you guys on the next one, and if Brendan wants to say anything else, yeah, that's basically it for us. Yep.